Okay, folks, this is the April 2015 Nerd Block versus Loot Crate unboxing. Head-to-head. Just got the Loot Crate today, so I know a bunch of people are making Nerd Block videos already. My partner actually subscribed to, well, one of my partners subscribed to Nerd Block and was gushing about the contents, but wouldn't tell me he didn't want to spoil it. Knows that I make these videos. So, last month, if I remember correctly, Nerd Block won the head-to-head pretty decisively over Loot Crate, but Loot Crate is responding this month with a fantasy-themed box. Now, ironically enough, if I remember correctly, Nerd Block is also doing a theme for this month's box. They are doing a Ghostbusters themed box, so this is going to be fun on both. Sadly, this might be my last unboxing video for Nerd Block and Loot Crate. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of trying to tighten my belt financially, and I'm thinking about pretty much any extraneous expense. So the Birchbox is paid up through February of next year, so I'll keep doing the Birchbox videos, but I'm pretty sure I'm going month to month on Nerd Block and Loot Crate, so I'm going to need to see, but we're not going to think about that. Maybe I'll do one more, maybe one more farewell, one more to do a final tally. For right now, I want to dive into these. I want to see what is in this Ghostbusters box in particular. Now, we're going to unbox that one first, because the winner of the previous month always gets to go first, so that way the second place has every opportunity to impress. So as we move in, as we open the box, cut the tape, and oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's some box stuff in here. I've already seen a few of these. This is, okay, let's see here. I guess we'll start with this one first. So, this is a Pac-Man heat-changing bug. It says, where was it? Icons appear when hot. So my assumption is the mug itself is probably going to be black, and then when hot liquid is put into it, the game board will appear. But let's find out. So, sure enough. Now, I can kind of see it as I angle it, but yeah, sure enough, we'll probably put some hot water in there, and I am betting anything that we will see Pac-Man and Ghostbusters, and damn it, Nerd Block. I think about cutting off service, and you already open up with one of what looks like at least a devastating 1, 2, 3 punch. The mug is only the first part. So, the other thing is, I'm picking up a collection of very nerdy coffee mugs. Recall a couple months ago, there was a Marvel coffee cup, an Iron Man that I have at work that I use for tea. I've got like a big uber-sized Starbucks mug that I use for coffee just because I do IT help desking and I can't do that without the assistance of Mondo Caffeine. So the little teeny tiny Iron Man cup is my go-to for tea. But damn it, don't do this. I want to fire you and you're making me not want to do this. Damn you, Nerd Block. All right, so our next thing is a Titans vinyl figure, Ecto-1. This is absolutely awesome, and I'm guessing these are exclusives. And at this point in time, I guess once this video gets posted, I'm going to be waiting for people to start sending me messages on Facebook looking to buy some of this. I had one guy, I got your responses, dude, no offense, I wasn't bike boxing you out, but I have one guy who's been asking me for the Saul Goodman bobblehead. Pretty much, if I don't want it, it goes to my comic shop on consignment because, they love getting exclusives like this. So, but that I think I'm going to keep just because. So you've got the tea. What else is in here? Oh, Oh, Nerd Block. More cosplay trading cards. Really, really, really. Okay, well, 2 in favor, 1 against. What else do we have in here? New York Times bestseller, Tough Shit. Advice from a fat, lazy slob who did good. Kevin Smith. Well, at least one fat, lazy slob is out there doing good. So it looks like this is... I don't know if it's been printed specifically for Nerd Block. I don't see a barcode or ISBN on the back. But it looks like we have a biography here about 250 pages. Okay. I'm all for literacy. Literacy is good. So we're saving the t-shirt for last. So let's see here. Growing Up 80s, Nerd Block, exclusive Ghostbusters Ecto-1 vinyl. Race to the scene of the latest spectral haunting and take care of business with this rare exclusive collectible from Titan Merchandise. Just don't cross the streams. And yeah, kind of light. Usually Nerd Block, they go with a lot of smaller things, but in this case, there were some bigger ones. There was like we said, the coffee mug, the book, the cosplay trading cards. Really, guys? And the t-shirt. And the t-shirt apparently not Ghostbusters themed, but I have at least one friend who is going to see this video and is going to shit himself. He is a massive, massive Back to the Future fan, and we have a t-shirt of the iconic DeLorean. 88 miles per... That is hour, right? Yes, 88 miles per hour. So, fun. I can absolutely see myself wearing this. Came about a year too late. The local theater chain, they do during the summer as a way just to kind of keep things coming in. They do a retro cinema run, and they actually had Back to the Future as part of last summer's package. So it was actually kind of nice, going in and 2014, seeing a film that came out in 1985. Probably this being the 30th anniversary, I would not be surprised if they didn't do another release of it. But yeah, okay, so, Nerd Block, decent, solid. The Ecto, the Pac-Man mug, the t-shirt, those are all in the good column. The Kevin Smith biography, take it or leave it. Not necessarily something I'd go out and buy or read, but I have it, so why not? And the cosplay cards, I can only assume they're liquidating stock on those. I remember, I think the first time I got a batch of those, it was kind of the ultimate, what the fuck were you thinking? So I can only assume that they took a bath and they are moving out excess stock. So, all right, Nerd Block, solid showing. Let's see what Loot Crate is doing. So, like I said, Loot Crate, they always do theme boxes. In the past they've done play, they've done kind of an espionage 60s spy theme. This month is fantasy. So let's look. Oh, see, this is why. So, Loot Crate, you guys, you make the boxes fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. Nerd Block, the boxes are at least kind of decorated on the inside a little bit. We have the obligatory hashtag. But Loot Crate, one of the areas, regardless of the content of the box, one of the areas where you always shine is you always make the inside of the box kind of fun to look at. Now, we have the t-shirt. We'll hold off on that for the end. We'll grab something here. And... Oh dear, I have a local acquaintance. I don't know if he watches these videos or not. I will probably have to tag him on Facebook to get his attention, but as my fat fingers fumble with the packaging on this, as I verbally stall, what we have here is the ultimate geeky bow tie. The print is dragons and 20-sided die. And of course, the big question is, oh my god, it's a clip-on too. Jeez. It's always been my big fear. I was interested in bow ties well before the whole Doctor Who thing. The problem is, I was always afraid of wearing bow ties because the last thing that I wanted, you see, you have to understand, some of you might have to go back in time. The last thing that I wanted to be associated with bow ties was for somebody to say, hey, Tucker Carlson wears those. And, I have a very strict rule. Do not wear the fashion emulated by douchebags. So, I kind of avoided the whole trucker hat thing. And then I kind of avoided the whole bow tie thing because of Tucker Carlson. And then, of course, fucking Doctor Who had to make bow ties cool in the nerd realm. And would you look at this? And they made it a clip-on, too. So once bow ties kind of became depoliticized, I have several in that closet right behind me, hanging, neglected. I never got the handle for tying a bow tie. That's one of those father-son things that are supposed to be handed down. My father never taught me how to tie a tie to begin with. I had to learn that skill from a friend of mine in high school, John Weeham, when we were doing the high school play. We were doing the dining room, and I was playing the grandfather in one of the scenes, and our director decided that I should have a dress clothing on, including a tie. I had never, at that point in time, I was 16 years old, I had never learned how to tie a tie. So the night before dress rehearsal, we're there, University of Michigan, Flint campus, and he's frantically teaching me how to tie a tie. Never, the knot for a standard tie I picked up, but never a bow tie. So I have lots of them back there, but learning how to tie a bow tie has always been a little intimidating. And the fact of the matter is, surprise, surprise, I'm fat. A lot of bow ties are not designed for fat bodies. Ties, period, are not designed for fat bodies. If I put on a traditional tie, usually the back tongue of the tie has to come up to about here so I can get the front part of the tie to hit the top of my belt, which is where a tie should usually fall. So bow ties, I've never been able to get them to work because they're just not quite big enough to go around my neck. This one, Loot Crate, you had the fatties in mind. Loving you on this. And I kind of feel a little bit like a fat, nerdy Chippendale now. So enough of this. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm having a bad nerd moment. All 5 of you who have watched these in the past, I've admitted that I don't... I've never seen Serenity. I know I'm a bad nerd. Firefly, I've never seen it. Likewise, because I am not privileged enough to have an HBO subscription, and I am not stupid enough to go out and torrent, I have never seen Game of Thrones. But this, so, HBO, they have HBO Now, and I'm on an Apple, and, me plus Apple plus HBO Kool-Aid. This is a... What is this? This is a Stark Sigil USB flash drive. Doesn't say how big it is, though. That's my only concern with flash drives. I'll have to see how much space is on this, but you have the Sigil. You pull it off, and there is our USB. And they don't have the storage on this, so we'll have to see. Hopefully at least 16 gigs. That's almost a minimum these days. What else do we have in here? I see something inflatey, it looks like. It's an inflatable crown. Oh, Jesus. This is not what I need. If you know me from any of my face-to-face social circles, narcissistic and arrogant are kind of ugly words, but I have to at least blushingly own the fact that both of them can be applied to me to one degree or another, and I do believe this is this is a crown. I will not blow it up, but so I kind of have this I have this Jughead Jones thing going on right now, which, if you think about Jughead, this is actually realistic for future Jughead. I have bad news for those of you who are in your teens, those of you who are in your 20s, and you still have this wonderful thing called metabolism working for you. I have very bad news for you. Right around the time you transition into your 30s, as you push through your 30s, your metabolism shuts down. Your metabolism goes away. Usually it takes your sex drive with it, but at least the metabolism shuts down. So if Jughead eats the way that he eats as a teenager at my age, I am rocking the Jughead body right now. So we have an inflatable crown here. I keep saying, my big lament is as a fat guy, I don't have a lot of cosplay options. Particularly as a fat guy with shaggy hair and facial hair, it's like I got the Ox King from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, and that's really about it. I could see myself kind of doing alternate future Jughead, especially since Archie Comics, they've been doing the whole future thing. So who knows? All right, so next thing we have here. Okay, wow. So Loot Crate, you're just like hitting all the little fandoms here. Everybody is getting love. So this is a 9 3/4 bag tag, and it looks like we'll crank this open. So the tag itself feels like a pretty sturdy vinyl. Not necessarily sure I would put it on luggage that's getting checked in the belly of an airplane, but maybe possibly carry-on luggage. It looks like it's got kind of a plastic acetate back to it. Not sure how sturdy it would be, like I said, if you wanted to put it actually on a bag that's getting checked as luggage. Just knowing the way those are treated, I'm not so sure. But kind of fun novelty for a carry-on or something like that. Wow, Jesus Christ, people. Okay, so we have Princess Bride playing cards. So we're just like covering, we're covering fantasy, I get it, but my God, it's like so many different fandoms are getting love in this box. I can already see the emails that I'm going to get from people asking me for a few of these. So we will leave that sealed. We will presume it looks like they're playing cards. I would presume that is the backs of the playing cards. And let's see here. A couple more things. We have the obligatory Loot Crate pin signifying this month's theme of fantasy. And we have more fodder for my refrigerator. We have the Game of Thrones House Sigil magnet set. So I think now that we're heading into summer, now that school is going to start winding down, now that HBO Now is available on Apple, which means I can get it on the Apple TV. I may need to just choke down and get a subscription and start watching this legally without the guilt and fear of angry letters coming from HBO. I know, bad nerd, I admit it. Check your privilege. If you torrent, check your privilege. If you can afford HBO, we can't. I looked, believe me. Even before Game came out, I wanted an HBO subscription so I could legally watch Real Time with Bill Maher, and that was cost prohibitive. HBO wanted just obscene amounts of money for a subscription. So I think now that they have the Apple TV subscription service available, it might be time to gain a little bit of my nerd credibility back and catch up on this. So we have the Loot Crate magazine, fantasy, the D&D intelligence check, DIY comic notebook contest winners. Let's see here. So we have the theme for the month. We have the picture of people holding their swag up, which I will probably never get published in because for some strange reason, fat people never seem to make it on these pages. I don't understand why. Let's see. D&D Adventurers League. So it looks like we have some some stuff. Obviously, you can't see that in the degree that you could actually read it, but it looks like they have some stuff for D&D. We have an article on fantastic shows and why to watch them. I'll just give you the quick summary. They suggest Avatar: The Last Airbender, another show that I wanted to watch. Fucking Netflix took it off before I could get to it, and love him as I do. One of my partners started marathoning it before I could jump on, and I didn't want to be that dick who, when he's in the middle of season 3, I come on and make him rewatch the first 2.5 seasons to get caught up. They recommend Adventure Time, and then, wow, they send you to a URL for the rest. So if you want to read the rest of the content, go to magazine.lootcrate.com. You can see the other shows. We have some of the comic contest winners. Recall they gave little mini comic books that you could put your things in. Let's see here, the Mega Crate. I haven't even shown the t-shirt yet. So apparently it is a Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt, and I will pull that out and show that in better detail. And we have the bag tag, the luggage tag for the Americans. We have the inflatable crown, currently uninflated. We have the RPG bow tie. I may have to wear this at some point in time in the very near future. We have so you can get a slightly better image of the Princess Bride playing cards, and of course the USB drive and the house sigils. So, finally, and of course, let's see here, we're at the bottom of the box. So, again, nothing spectacular. It's not really interactive the way that some of the past boxes have been, but still, Loot Crate, you guys go out of your way to make the box. I don't like to throw these away because the boxes are as cool, or in some cases, depending on the month, cooler than the stuff that's actually in the box. But goddamn, you guys, Loot Crate, winner, hands down. I haven't even undone the t-shirt yet. It's not that nerd block. So I think this was kind of an interesting box pairing, because, both had t-shirts, and as I fumble, so this is our Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt. You can already see red is not the primary color to put on me. You can instantly see the red coming out in my face. But that is our t-shirt. So I think this was kind of an interesting pairing, because you had quantity versus quality. You had Nerd Block cashing in with a lot fewer things, but the fewer things were in larger numbers. You had Loot Crate cashing in with tons of little things, and I think for me at least, the tons of little things were what made this box kind of cool, because it was just, everything was like a surprise. I don't think I had a single cringe moment. Now, Nerd Block, love y'all guys, in your favor, there was only one cringe, and I think that's only because you overprinted those damn cosplay cards and you were trying to flush them out of your warehouse. But, again, ordinarily, quality-wise, you have both made it very difficult for me to fire you, and I can't guarantee I may need to look at my finances and see if I can keep these damn boxes coming for another month, because until one or both of you hit a stinker, man, these are fun to get and fun to look through. So, winner this month is Loot Crate. And again, that's not to say that Nerd Block didn't hand in an impressive box, but there was just so many cooler little things in the Loot Crate. So, there we are. I will, at some point in time, do the obligatory shilling, the obligatory whoring. Nerd Block, as far as I know, they do no referral program, which sucks. However, Loot Crate, they do a referral program. And even though I think anybody watching this already has a Loot Crate membership, I will still put the obligatory URL to click in the event that you want to give me $5 towards another box. But if not, we are at the 25-minute mark on this, and I've gone on far, far, far too long. So, congratulations, Loot Crate. We will see everybody in May.